We're excited about getting going here. I know you guys just talked to some of the players, so excited to get going, head to Nashville this afternoon and get started in the tournament. I've talked to our guys about, we've done a lot of good things the last 3 years, last 4 years really, but particularly the last 3 years. But one of our biggest issues is we hadn't been very good in this tournament, and so this is we hadn't been very good historically. We haven't been very good since we've been here, and so it's kind of the last frontier for us within the SEC is to to perform well and play well in this tournament. And certainly we want to try to improve our seeding and improve our standing for the NCAA tournament as much as we can as well.
Right.
Hey, Coach Wade, this is Craig Loper, Wavy 10, Norfolk, Virginia.
What's up, man?
Hey, man, I made the move, and then obviously one of your guys is one of our local guys, Cam. So I just got 3 questions about Cam real quick, Coach, and just kind of a local angle here. When it comes to his recruitment, just kind of how unique was that in the sense he sat at his sophomore season, he kind of goes to Oak Hill, sort of under the radar, and then pops off kind of, I don't want to say late, but obviously was their all-time leading scorer. And so how unique was his kind of recruitment?
My assistant went and watched him once in his junior year at Oak Hill, and it was pretty obvious how good he was and how talented he was. And then we followed him from the NBA Top 100 camp through AAU and all of that. And he was the leading scorer everywhere he went, so it wasn't real difficult to figure out what a unique skill and what a great skill that he had.
And Coach, when it comes to his mom, Leslie, she's just talked about how much she trusts you and really just loves LSU and the program. What's that relationship like with her? And then how do you see her relationship with Cam? Because she kind of really coached him up a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's Leslie and Cam. They've been a 2-man band for a long time. I always joke her she had the easiest job in the country rebounding for Cam. All she had to do was stand under the rim. She didn't even have to run around. It was the easiest job you could have. But she's former military. That's why she was settled in Chesapeake and in the Tidewater area there. And she's raised him tremendously well. I talked to her in recruitment. We talked over an hour a day, just about every day on the phone, 5-6 days a week. Just building a relationship with her because I knew it was important to Cam that she was extremely comfortable and that she was, that she felt comfortable with where he was going. And so since it was important to him, it became important to us. And we've kept that relationship going. And they're, like I said, they're extremely close. They've been there for each other for a long time through a lot of ups and downs, and they've got that really tight relationship.
Last one for me, Coach. You spent a couple years in the area at Richmond, VCU. When it comes to this area, whether it's Richmond or Hampton Roads, what are your thoughts just about recruiting this area and the talent?
Oh, there's tons of talent. There's players everywhere. There's great high school basketball. There's great high school coaches in the area, and so we had a lot of really good players at VCU from that area, and it's a tremendous area for talent.
Hey, Coach. Obviously Trendon actually just brought this up to us, but outside of Javante and Darius, nobody on this team really has much, postseason basketball experience. And so I was just curious, what the message has maybe been from the coaching staff side of things on just kind of what to expect over the next couple of weeks. And obviously you guys going from the SEC tournament straight to the NCAA tournament is going to throw another wrinkle into you guys, being away from Baton Rouge for an extended period of time.
Yeah, I mean, it may be good. It may limit some distractions that you can have when when we can just stay together and be together and really be fairly isolated. But tournament basketball is different. We've talked to the team about kind of the rules of the tournament, what happens in a tournament setting, where it's the SEC or NCAA tournament, and you just got to stick to those. Just like you got to stick to a 6-minute game at the end of the game, whatever it may be, you've got to stick to your formula and execute your plan as best you can.
Will, kind of in that same vein, take us back. You've done a little bit, your recollections of last year. And then Scott made a good point that this will be your first tournament in 3 years. I mean, yeah, I know. As a coach, it probably doesn't matter as much, but I'm sure it's exciting for you. I'm sure it still gets, you fired up.
Yeah, I mean, you love tournament basketball. This is what you work so hard for all year long, is to play well in March and try to be at your best. Try to be at your best in March, and so this is the most important part of the season, the most important time of the season, and so we're excited. I'm excited. Our team's excited. We'll be ready to go on Friday night in Nashville. What was the other question? Oh, last year, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's a year, almost a year. I think today's a year to the day, maybe that we learned everything was canceled and changed, and our world's changed a lot since then, and a lot in that time. But we're excited to go back. We're excited to be back, and it's almost like it's come full circle. We canceled the tournament. Now we'll be back at the tournament and have some fans in there. It won't be a full tournament, but it's come full circle, so that's good.
Will, that Thursday when y'all found out the tournament was canceled, y'all went to a practice gym. Where exactly was that? Obviously, y'all didn't go to the arena.
Yeah, we went to the arena. We had our shoot-around time that morning at the arena. That's where, and then we came back to the hotel, and we were getting ready to go to our scheduled practice time, and that's when we found out it was canceled.
And so y'all gone back to the hotel, and y'all found out.
Yep.
And did you think at the time, did your intuition tell you that there wasn't going to be an NCAA tournament either, that your season was over? I mean,
Yeah, we found out that day too that the NCAA tournament was canceled. It all kind of happened
that day, okay.
It all kind of happened that Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, Coach, I'm doing a story on Cam Thomas as well. Usually it takes a freshman some time to kind of adapt their first year, but just talk about how he's adapted as well. As, are you surprised by his progress?
I mean, he's just so mature. He's 18, 19 years old, going on 25, 26. He's just got a very, very mature approach to everything. He's got as good a self-discipline as I've ever seen in a freshman, just with how disciplined he is, with what he does, with what he does every day, his daily routine. I think a lot of that comes from what I was talking about earlier, his mother being in the military. She's instilled a lot of that in him. So, he's just very, very disciplined, very mature, and it's allowed him to have success. He hasn't had a lot of, huge highs or huge lows. He stays pretty consistent, which has been the most amazing part. Usually the freshmen go up and down, up and down, up and down, but he's been very, very consistent.
Well, I think the remarkable thing about your team is that they haven't played their best game yet. We've seen some brilliance, here and there, but how much do you talk to them about that? Having all five, whoever's on the floor at that time, to play as, their game, and just how dangerous do you think this team can be, knowing that, you've still got all that game in them?
Well, we'll see. Hopefully we can show it here at some point, relatively quick, because time's running out. But I think something we've talked about, playing a full 40 minutes, playing a complete 40 minutes, doing what we do, for 40 minutes, and we haven't been able to put that together yet. But I think we've gotten closer. I thought the Missouri game was closer. I thought we've certainly gotten closer and been a little bit closer. And so we've got to keep plugging ahead and see if we can make it happen.
We got a Billy question today. I guess we'll wrap up with him.
Hey, Will. Trent had posted a video on Instagram, whatever, after the game against Missouri, and Skylar Mays, I guess, kind of came into their video chat or whatever. How much do the guys keep up with him, and do they lean on him a little bit to still kind of give some guidance from time to time?
Oh yeah, they take. I mean, Darius Days and Nas Reed are best friends. They talk every day. I'm on Days. Throws me his phone on FaceTime, and I talk to Nas a lot. And Skylar was in town. Actually, spent a bunch of time with Skylar on Monday of this week. We spent 20-30 minutes together. So he was in town, and so it was they lean on those guys. They're all very, 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 very close to each other. So that's a good thing. you like the music they were playing in the video there, Billy? Bow, bow, bow.
Nothing escapes Will's view, really. Even that little flow you got kicking in the back. I see you. I see you there, everybody. Good job. What do you want your
I
team
thought Brandon said Billy was the last question, Cobble.
You can't end on
Oh, okay.
Can't
Sorry.
help himself.
Yeah, here we go.
Can't end on a TikTok question. What are you looking for out of your team? And if guard play wins in March, you know, you don't have a real guard. I mean, does that matter?
We don't have a real guard.
You don't have a
You haven't seen
true-
Javante play or Cam play this year?
Yeah, but you want him to shoot. You like him to score. That's what I'm saying. Like you
Yeah,
have,
that's the point. You got to have more points than the other team. So you got to have guys that can shoot and score. Damn, that's been our philosophy around here. It's not like we're grinding people out in the 60s. What do you mean we don't have good guards? You're right, we don't have good guards. We got great guards.
I didn't say you don't have.
We got two of the
good-
best guards in our league, two of the best guards in the country.
Let
What's
the
your
rest-
question?
What's the one thing you want to see out of your team improved here to
Well, rebounding. Rebounding, that would be great. Be a little bit better rebounding in March, we'd be in business.
Well, on that, Billy, do you actually have a question or? Okay.
Anybody else have a question? We're going to end our press conference on that.
Last one in Baton Rouge.
Oh, Rabelais has one. No? Rabelais is everybody needs to have Rabelais come do their filing at their house. That's a hell of a filing cabinet he has behind him there.
This is my wife's filing, actually.
It's impressive.
I'm in her office annex. That's where I get to work.
It's impressive.
Will. No, I think maybe what I was trying to say was that maybe you don't have a true point guard. Would you say that's true?
No, I think Javante is a good point guard.
Okay. So rebounding. I did want to ask you about that. Is that something that can improve now in the postseason? I mean,
I think if it's front of mind, I think that could certainly be helpful when it's front of mind. When it's been front of mind, rebounding wise, like we did a great job against a very, very physical Missouri team, and so when it's been front of mind, we've been able to do it. So we need to keep it that way here in tournament play. All right, guys, we'll see you from Nashville.